Paul, I feel like both sides have their strengths. It does feel like Thunder Awaken will be able to play with the aggression quite nicely. They've got great burst with Zeus. They should be able to run around quite well, but there's a timing here. Once Quinn has, for me, I thought it was just I was just thinking it's a bunch of people who lost bets staring at how the hell this kid beat them.
30 seconds to battle.
I forgot about the fact that they used to bet back in the day on the games. You know, put a couple dollars on it. Made it more exciting.
And the trash talking would be intense, and then you realize you were beaten by a kid, and then that's where the staring comes in. Is he cheating? Is he cheating? That's what we're staring at right now. You got beat by this.
Well, nevertheless, John. Under Awaken. Soniqs. No fight to break out at level 1, it seems.
The battle begins.
Bit of a wrap around here from Far to see if he can steal away to Bounty Room, but he's going to lose both of them now, it seems, as Matthew actually sneaks in and takes one off the side of Soniqs.
That is a play.
3-1. Why am I hearing Neff's voice, John, while I'm casting this damn major game?
Oh yeah, it's the wildcard gaming set. Whoopsies! We're going to hear Neff Sensei every now and again. Shout out to Neff, you degenerate. He has a cowboy hat, that's pretty nice. Just felt like saying that.
No, it's not.
Let him have it. He has very little in his life going on. Just let him have a hat, Mike.
No, I refuse. Top lane, you are, and Far are going to be against Sacred and Matthew. Pretty tough lane if you are Soniqs, right? Like, there's not much you can really do against the Timber in this lane. Maybe once you hit level 6, but even then, chances are you are not even going to bother skilling up the Eclipse here. And even for Far, like, as the Bane, generally speaking, it's a very lane-dominant hero, but against the Timbersaw, once you have those points in reactive armor, you just don't care.
Yeah, you really don't. I think for Soniqs, you're going to have to just play it a lot more passive, try to get as much farm on your war. Kill threat goes up and up for Thunder as the levels go on. Level 3 is going to be big for Sacred. He's going to have to try to zip it around. Father's going to have to be on point with Nightmare here. And it's relatively easy for Matthew, even though it's double melee into double range. There's not much kill threat coming out from Soniqs, so you should expect Thunder to get what they want. They're going for the full-on Matthew, trying to play greedy, get that EXP up on the Tiny, and there's really just no punishment for that in this lane.
What's that bot lane going? Leslie on MSS. Coming out of here as Dispose is there for Cars. Waiting out of position now. Rebound's going to connect as well, though for Cars. Going to be alright to survive. At least surviving, in fact, with those stick charges. Leslie will keep him on very low HP here, and that's just as good as killing him off. Definitely not a very comfortable position to be in down at the spot lane against the Marcy Razor. Now Panda will try and go against MSS, but even the Ogre has a pretty tough time against that Marcy. 63 base damage on this hero, Jonathan. Very balanced.
Very, very balanced there, Mikey. As long as you're buying as much space as you can for Prakash, I don't think you mind too much. It's just that how much space you can realistically make here up against a Razor, probably not too much. So it's always just going to be a little bit slower coming out here for Thunder, and you're just going to have to try to work your way up. The last lane we haven't really looked at as we are at a pause is that mid, and there is some slight pack loss. You have the S and the A in the regions here, and you're gonna have the classic disconnects. Even though you're in an absolutely different country, doesn't matter.
Can I just go on a rant as well for a moment, John? Because I couldn't help but notice Matthew spamming the Bet Boom voice line with the lady laughing. At what point are we gonna stop having voice lines with ladies just giggling? Or is that just never going away? That's just gonna happen all the time.
Jealous? You won't take your giggle, Mike? Is that it? Give us the giggle. Give us a sample. Come on.
That was my giggle. This is my giggle right now. I don't have a very good giggle, John. I live a very depressing life.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Why? It's not sellable. I don't need to be jealous, Mike.
Oh. Alone? Mid lane? Popping a fair bit of damage from Quinn. The Swashbuckle is back up, but Quinn just going to hold out for now. Just not confident he has the damage to take down alone. And I would have thought it should have been an advantageous lane for the Zeus, but Quinn doing a really fantastic job, and I suppose just kind of abusing the shield crash over and over again is going to make it rather hard for Alone to get that kind of damage out that you tend to expect from a Zeus.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that Pango does have going for it is that you can chase down the Zeus when you jump over.
Yeah, because he's in big trouble again, though he is going to try and turn with the Jingu Mastery. Leslau, that's the field going to connect on both, and as long as you get that Jingu, you are able to fight back quite effectively. has managed to survive once again against the onslaught of the Razor Marcy. Meanwhile, mid lane, Quinn get a little bit more aggressive onto Alone, but doesn't have enough spells to throw out to finish the job off. So a lot of heroes dropping very low across the map, John, and it looks like First Blood could happen at any moment.
We're inching towards that point where one of these teams will kind of gun it. I think the mid lane's probably the most volatile one. Alone doesn't have the best rune control because Quinn is using his swash threat quite nicely. You don't want to expend your heavy jump as much on Zeus, of course, longer cooldown initially, so it makes it a little bit tougher. He does get the bottle refill though, but you're already a full level ahead on Quinn. Level 6 timing's going to be a little bit faster, and that roll, again, there's nothing to stop it here. He's going to be sitting ducks for the level to come in.
Oh, absolutely. He does pick it up. Bot lane. Another attempt, but Slough and MSS going to be just fine to get their way out of there. It's so hard to catch the Marcy with that rebound. There's no way it's happening. We'll always be able to get out. So they do rotate more heroes in down to the spot lane. You have your tiny around here, so Matthew getting involved, but MSS, he puts the hands up, gets a wave over, and Leslau. Oh, it's those Mason voice lines, man. I mean, it's just, they're so stupid, but they're actually kind of funny at the same time.
Dude, it's funny because they are stupid, Mike.
Right.
That's exactly why they're clumping up, still down bots, finding the angle, but Leslau is left alone for a long time. They're not going to commit on Thunder, so just a lot of time wasted. But this is something we see when you do have that Timber Saw, right? You have the Timb off. You don't want to be soaking that lane with the Timb. You want to give him as much solo room as possible for him to get his initial items up, which forces your pawn support to walk around, but your Tiny at level 2 just doesn't have threat. Like, there's no one to jump onto that's easy first. There's no way to connect your spells really nicely here, and it's just time that you're not able to effectively do beyond just board run.
The MSS here. All the supports. Nice little toss back into the stack that was made by MSS. Will be enough for Matthew. We'll get a ward down. We'll be happy with that. Top lane, Sacred being very aggressive now to UR. Again, very challenging for UR to go against this Timbersaw, especially by himself. Mid lane, a complete group up now as MSS is going to get caught out by the Fire Blast of Matthew. Toss him right up and take him down. Alone, the stand in the Thunder Awaken, able to secure First Blood on the Zeus.
Dire's top tower
So a nice
is under
little kill
attack.
for him to have. Doesn't even have to use the Thunder God Drat, and you're feeling good. You want that Zeus to ramp up quickly. You need the early items to come in. You want your Arcane Boots, Adrian's up. Just kind of sail through from there, get the Kaya, maybe the Ocarina. Very open to build up. So Alone's probably going to be the key for that momentum. Probably the most time sensitive one to that upgrades well. Right next to this, we'll see if Soniqs is going to be willing to get anything done in the map. They are still more than happy to farm. They've managed to drag UR onto the jungle now. No forward vision yet, so we're still getting that free farm going for your win condition.
Oz, Nick was there. He's going to be alright to back his way out again. SS. So, as much as this Razor Marcy combination is very potent, it just feels like they cannot kill off this Monkey King. The car's doing a very good job of just staying alive as now Leslau gonna get jumped. Plasma Filter's there, but it will not help his cause. The Boundless Strike does lock him down, but MSS able to get the dispose off, but it's not enough. And he's able to get the kill, and now MSS gonna drop as well. In fact, Yawa upside ends up going down. Thunder Awaken just all across the map, Jonathan. All heroes down.
Yeah, that's what we've got to see from this lineup. They need to play with that quick timing, start to run down really fast before any sort of build-up can come out from Soniqs. Because once they get something like BKBs on their course, that's where it gets scary. Take a peek back at that fight to see how it broke out and how many kills really flew out there.
I'm glad we get to see the other side of the map, John, because we saw bot lane. We want to... Well, never mind. We're going to look at bot lane once again. Leslau's gone. You are also getting caught, as you saw, and well, actually, there's live action going on as well. Mid lane, Quinn's gone for a rolling thunder. Get Matthew down. Replay still going as well. Doctor, we've got too much action in this game. Number one is Alone. In trouble. Dispose is there. Get him out of position. He's still alive though. He'll fairy fire up, and here comes the turnaround. Sacred's going to show up to help out his team as Quinn is going to drop, and the tips are out. Oh, Alone. He makes his way out just fine as Sparta Gonna try and run. Nightmare is there, but he is not making it. Eventually, he will drop, alone with a double, and Thunder Awaken. You kind of get aggressive against this team, John. They just match it and outdo you with the aggression.
That's one signature to American Dota. I mean, they play a lot more smart with their aggression, but they know the opportunities to jump in. They know when to turn and punish onto you. And Soniqs down 7-1. Net worth lead isn't that big yet for Thunder, but it's starting to build up. And that's the worrying part. We talked about this from the draft. If Soniqs lose a lot of map control, if they start to lose a lot of tempo, map can turn quite fast and Thunder can just constantly push off.
Avalanche is there, Matthew in a bit of danger, but Quinn in much more danger. He'll shield crash to try to run his way out, but alone chasing down the cars, dropping low. There's now still trying, but where's the damage output? It's not there yet. MSS gonna move in. The cars eventually will drop. The Soniqs able to get something done here, finding a very valuable kill into that POS 1 monkey kick. It took them a hell of a lot of time, but they eventually get it done.
Big kill for them to find here on Soniqs' end. Does take quite a lot of rotations out, but it does allow them to also buy space for you. Left alone in top jungle once more. He is going under vision. Hello?
Thunder is going to be forced out. Quinn trying to go for a turnaround here. Chasing down alone as well, but this could be dangerous. Expose is there. Rolling Thunder about to wear on, but the plasma field is incoming from Leslau. Still the heavenly jump. Not going to be enough, Quinn. He lands a swashbuckle. Still running. The Panda eventually does secure the killers now. Leslau being chased down by the cars. Will drop. Alone, he'll hand the tip over to his monkey king. Sure, you get the mid Zeus, John, but it costs you the mid Tango as well as the offlane Razor. Not a favorable trade whatsoever for Sonic.
Not favorable for Soniqs, but it could have been worse. At least they find that one kill on Loner. They're going to spot her again, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's busy placing stickers down right now, John. Definitely not the time. Matthew, nice cross back into Fana. He will not be getting away. Sacred will eventually have his way with him. Thunder Awaken, 2k net worth advantage. Really strong start to this game, number 1.
And it's exactly what you want to see from Thunder Awaken with this kind of crap. They've got to play it fast. They've got to hit these strides early, punish Soniqs for going for this really greedy duo of Razor plus Luna. They do need BKB to really be effective here. The Luna's going to need so much more as well in top. Kind of, we always talk about Luna, but she does like playing with an item advantage. Not quite coming out yet for Soniqs, and it's going to take a little bit more time for that to get into gear. Bit of a smoke out from Soniqs though, looking to gun down bot, but smoking up against a monkey is always tough. Lots of smoke breaking angles here for us to take. He just hides away anyway. Not even know to catch him out just yet.
Absolutely not. At the very least for Soniqs, you are still having a very good time on the Luna. They're net worth right now and really needs to start escalating in terms of farm as well, considering the state of the game right now for Soniqs. Now still remaining rather calm, but it's just so important for UR to have that farm going. Awaken, grouped up in the mid lane now, but Soniqs are making their way over. Quinn will show up, but Matthew will go for a quick avalanche into a cross combination onto Fara. That'll be one down. Quinn will go for a rolling thunder to try and get a bit of a trade going here onto Matthew. He'll catch the Tiny at the very least. That might be it though. So a decent trade for Soniqs. They go for a bit more now onto Sacred. He's going to be way too tanky to even consider. Still alone. He's a great target on that Zeus, but the heavily jump away. It's going to be there as Sacred. Now right back in. On the 3 heroes as Leslau. Gonna drop. MSS is gonna try and fight back, but it's against a Timbersaw. It's not gonna work in his favor. Quinn, he'll keep trying to run, keep trying to play around the Timber. Even UR joining in the fray, trying to help out as they will feed grip up the Ogre. They just need anything they can get in this team fight, and they'll take it. But it's still a very, very good fight coming out once again for Thunder Awaken.
They're just finding everything. They just know that Soniqs isn't battle ready yet. They're going for another smoke out here as well. Dragging alone along with Matthew and War.
Oh, he doesn't react fast enough. He's been caught out here with the avalanche. Matthew has the toss up as well. Alone, he should have the damage output and will do so eventually. It's alone. He might go to these neutrals. He'll make a run. He'll be okay. Though, I can't say the same for him. Leslau is around to try and and help out a Sacred. Has he gone too far? Quinn, he'll join in. This is not your triangle, sir. But eventually, they will punish Sacred for his positioning. He's being so aggressive in that dire triangle. The thing is, John, they still have the mid-tier 1 tower. The fact that Thunder Awaken has just made that triangle their home, it's just not meant to be. As Quinn, he moves in once again with a great shield crash. They've got a lone down on the Zeus. Now they can really capitalize. Onto Matthew they go. They should find the Tiny, and they will. And that's what happens when you get a little bit too confident. They get punished heavily.
And that's a big set of wins this time for Soniqs. I mean, despite all the aggression coming through, Thunder Awaken has only been, what, 1, maybe 2k gold ahead max. Not a huge amount for all the efforts they're putting in on these kills. So Soniqs, again, they're doing a great job of still working the map well, despite dropping behind in the kill board, despite all the aggression from Thunder. And I think for Thunder, this is going to lead to a point where if the kills don't start to add up, they don't start to be overwhelming in winning these fights, with Soniqs playing very efficiently across the map, you're up against a Luna who can clear out these camps well. You're up against a Pango who's going to have the defusal build up. These are very big timings for Soniqs to play with, man. For Thunder, I mean, they were playing with no items into no items. They had a really good leveled spike played off the back of that, but once the items come in, it makes these fights a lot tougher for Thunder. That's something they have to be acutely aware of here.
Absolutely. Very aggressive positioning from Thunder Awaken. They still hold that net worth lead, and you see Fakaz having a great old time on that Monkey King, just farming his mine down. Still ahead of Yawar on the Luna. Really shouldn't be the way it is, but it's very quick Maelstrom timing, and from there, he could just farm and outscale the Luna. Fusel Blade now up on Quinn on the Pango, so maybe you could smoke up and try to make a play with it. Much more pick-off potential with that item up. The Thunder Awaken, they're the ones smoked up right now. The Sacred and Matthew is not going to find themselves a target.
Dire are scanning.
Not quite yet anyway.
Yeah, just not finding anyone in that top jungle. They could have made maybe run onto Yawar, but that's what they lose a bit of backup. Could do decent enough work if they kind of misposition there. Lots of emphasis from Soniqs to still hold on to that mid. You mentioned it earlier there, Mike, and all the aggression out from Thunder and mid-tier 1 still stands for Soniqs. They've been able to play off that controller really nicely. Full defusal up on Quinn. So again, can be a little bit easier to melt through. Cut off alone spell spam here. It's going to be the big part of that. And once you have that blink on Quinn, I don't think you can take these fights as Thunder Awaken. Just because, again, you lack control to deal with him.
Good. Let's get spotted there by Quinn, but won't be able to get in range to really get the jump on him. Oh, Soniqs. Cautious, because Thunder Awaken, they are making their way over. They still want to fight every chance they get. At bot lane they go. The blink up on Matthew yet, naturally on the Tiny. Hard to initiate for him. Soniqs still standing around, going for a smoke of their own now. Does have the Fiend Trip if he does want to commit onto Matthew, and he may just. Nightmare is there. Sacred. He's right behind him, though. Dissuading them to make the jump in, but they'll go anyway. Rolling Thunder is there from Quinn. They'll hold down the Tiny, but a big avalanche out Matthew. Setting up a decent team fight now. They've lost MSS and Fana. And hell, Quinn, he's not out of the woods yet either. Trapped up, tased down and taken out. Very confident play from Soniqs, but once you see the Timber, I'm surprised they kept going.
It's a little bit awkward as well. Like, you didn't have Leslau anywhere near to help kind of tank through with his BKB. And Yawar pumps the Eclipse early, but no one was around him to take that damage. So there was no follow-through angle. There was no follow-up for Quinn kind of coming in there. And Thunder Awaken, again, recognizing these small misplays, pile on top, get their own aggression going. 17 to 8, 2k lead. Again, still not the biggest. This is still not unplayable for Soniqs, but it's a tough game for sure.
Again, what they got this time around. Matthew TPing out. Does he actually make it? Not quite. Fana is there with the Nightmare in time. Matthew, have a laugh to himself about it. The Soniqs, I mean, Still, it's still a relatively close game, right? Like, only a 2k net worth advantage. Yuan's still doing a decent job farming up on the Luna. Sure, he's got a long way to go before he's a powerhouse on that hero, but definitely not out of the woods, or rather not out of the game yet.
No, definitely not. They still got timings to build into. BKBs are going to be the key ones. They've already got one running on Leslau, and they're going for the smoke play now on Soniqs end. Still trying to reach that blink timing on Quinn. No one down bot here for the tier 1 defense, but considering how aggressive Thunder Awakening has been, they might consider trying to go for the pickoff play. Do have another pause on hand, though, as a tradition.
Oh, Mike,
microphone this time
around. I dare them
hey,
to
what
say
are you doing,
Discord.
Mike?
What are
you doing, Mike?
I dare them to say Discord, John. I dare them. I know they're not using Discord here, Jonathan. They can't make that excuse this time around.
Stop causing issues, Mike.
Well,
Every single time it's a Mike issue. I know.
Is this about yesterday? Is this about my mic issues
No,
yesterday?
it's your name, Mike.
Yeah, I understand where you're going with this, Jonathan. I was trying to make a...
causing issues.
You're making
issues.
You're making such a lame joke. I'm trying to make it funny, but you just won't allow it.
What mic issues yesterday? I heard you perfectly fine.
Oh, of course you did. Leslau, he'll have a chat again to Alone. He just says
Is
Alone.
it about age again? Is he talking to Alone, or is he saying he's alone?
Saying something, John. There we go. That's it. Just Alone. Done. Here we go again. Unpause is there. 17 to 9. 2k advantage. The way of Thunder Awaken. Smoke is there from Fana, so maybe trying to find a pick off, but no, it just looks like he's on a warding run. Nothing too special going on here. Both teams just sitting back and relaxing for just a moment. Cess. Get a bit of vision here on the Timber, but not quite. Sacred just fine. Seems like we're in that quiet period of the game. Ooh, even a Kaya and Sanj picked up here by Alone. Very interesting.
Pretty darn good in Zeus. A little bit more durability. High upgrades always great for you. Very slot efficient.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Nice.
attack.
Yeah, if you do get jumped, you've always got now with the stat resistance maybe an opening to get to have him jump away, and suddenly you realize why this game is beautifully balanced. Mike, what a great spell.
Fantastic spell, Jonathan. Every hero needs mobility now, Jonathan. That's where we are.
Radiant's bottom tower
No
is
more
under
stagnant
attack.
heroes. Sure, Zeus can deal like 1 billion damage in 2 seconds, but he also has to be able to move, John. He's a god after all. Mid lane. There's Lau. No, he had to pop that BKB, John. The avalanche toss was there, and I think Matthew was looking for the toss back, but the BKB came out in time. Still, Thunder now, knowing the BKB's down, they want to rush the triangle. You can't quite blame them either. Leslau, he's been hanging around that area. He does back off at the right moment, but they might be able to keep wrapping around from the backside here onto that Razor. Leslau, no way out if he gets caught here. Instead, however, towards the north, Yuan gets spotted up. That's a much bigger target.
Oh,
look how fast he just gets bursted down. No chance of survival.
Radiant's
Leslau, he gets away, but they got Yuan. They're more than happy with that.
Yeah, you're really happy, Hunter. And just look at that, back-to-back smokes. They're going out again with Alone this time. Hold on.
He's gonna go for a roll, but he might need to commit the TP up. He will eventually. Should be just fine to do so.
It's one thing for Thunder. They just don't have hold for the Pango, but it doesn't feel like that's been an issue. Like, Quinn's been rolling around. He's had pretty decent impact in the game despite his slower start. It's not enough. It feels like they went all in with their only teamfight control being the Pangolier. There's just no contribution coming out from Grazer, not much from Luna, and you can maybe try to aim for a great grip from Fata. That's easier said than done. And Thunder just makes it so awkward for them to use these single target spells on the Dispose, on the Nightmare Grip. Soniqs just has no good angle for that. Thunder is still just kind of running around. They've still got really good timings to hit. BKB on Pakaz is still 9 seconds, going for the Scotty next. So you're feeling pretty good right now in Thunder. Even Sacred has his own Akaya Sanj going into his Ags. Double Chakram is going to be very, very big in getting even more damage onto the Razor, onto the Luna. Even a Pangolier is not going to enjoy that. So you have all the spikes you could ask for. Now, mind you, Fata at least has an Aether Lens with Kenopic, so more range on grip. Whether or not that range is enough, it doesn't quite feel like it will, you might.
It's been a pretty tough affair. Like, against Monkey King as well, it's very hard to get the nice Phage group off you're looking for, because you've always got that tree dance into the Boundless Strike, and very challenging to get that big Phage grip off. But there's a smoke. Soniqs have their smoke broken by Panda. Quinn, unable to land the swashbuckle as Sparta, is going to move right up to the high ground, but he's going to get bursted down immediately. Rebound is there, onto the tiny at least Matthew, might drop it, here comes the cars, right onto the Razor, Leslau's already gone. MSS, he'll try to go for a run, but the cars is right all over it. Yuwa, off his BKB, into the Eclipse with Sacred, he's fighting the chain away, so the Dispose is there, and MSS, now set up for a nice kill, but Bakars, now knowing Yuwa has no BKB, will jump right back in. Onto the Luna, take him out. What the hell does Sacred care about dying, John? You've got the +1 Luna once again.
You're just keeping that big win condition for Soniqs down, all the way down. I mean, we talked about it with Luna. You need an item advantage to really feel like the hero is big. It's not there. You're about almost 2,000 behind Sacred Timbersaw. You're about 3,000 behind Picasa's Monkey King. There's not much you can really do here, and it's just, again, down to the draft. You have really good single target hold, all your team fights tied into just Pangolier roll. And yes, this is still a strong game for Quinn, but outside of his role, like, there's no follow-up. You're just not safe in getting that long channel off. You're not safe in isolating anybody.
Oh, he can't get out of this. The strike is there alone. Give the hand up. Matthew, he'll hand the high five over. Very, very important kill there for Thunder Awaken once again. 5k advantage now, and it just feels like an infinitely more challenging game for Soniqs. Panda, we fight just 4 staff away from the Razor. No problem.
And Soniqs, again, they're just not able to find anything. I think where they shine right now is single target pickoff, but Thunder Awaken is always just grouped up.
Cars, bit off the mark there with the Boundless Strike. Avalanche, though, is there from Matthew, trying to set up onto MSS as the rest of the cavalry will come in from Soniqs, but again, these 4 staffs, very effective against Soniqs to just get out of there every time. Thunder Awaken, they don't get punished. Soniqs, they're still going to try, though. Big smoke up, Wind does respawn. They want to try and force the fight now. Can you find anyone, though? Soniqs. Very hard again against the Monkey King. Will break the smoke every time. Quinn to move in. They have the vision. Oh, they do. They see the Monkey King. The cars. He's been caught out and taken down. Oh, they saw him from the high ground. Onto the Ogre they go. They'll catch another. Maybe they at least find the Bane, but Fada's fine. Matthew's the one in danger now. They'll chase it down as Quinn makes the jump right in, but they don't want to go into Sacred. Timber, still a big problem for them. As Quinn, has he gone a bit too far here? It does seem like he may have, and he will drop. Leslau trying to deal with Sacred, but this Timber Sword just so darn tanky, taking literally no damage. MSS still running, and may not make it out of Sacred. This man just doesn't quit. Just continues chasing down Leslau. He won't get him eventually, but say, oh, never mind, Sacred. Still blinking in aggressively, but just can't find the angle for the chains. Under Awaken, even without the Monkey King, they still end up winning the team fight.
Yeah, I mean, it takes so much investment from Soniqs just to find a monkey. They had to use the roll, they had to use the Eclipse there as well. Everything had to go, which just meant Summerround alone had a pretty free time and just standing back and spamming spells. Nothing to stop that Zeus. And when we talked about that Pango pickup here for Soniqs, felt like it was such a good response for the Zeus, because you could just roll, blink up to him, nothing will stop you, but there's just been no follow-through. Like, you still need that play. That is still your best way to catch a rolling out. And if you have to use that roll elsewhere, well, you have to deal with a Zeus just zapping away at you constantly. With an E-Blade coming out now for Alone as well, so even more output on the Zeus and even more bad news for the side of Soniqs.
Absolutely. There's a 7k behind, and now Roshan should be open for Thunder Awaken if they want to just move right in. Soniqs, they're not in position to try and counter Roshan if they did get it started, but now Thunder Awaken, let's bide their time. Maybe just not confident to take it quite fast enough.
precious bounty.
Instead, they might just group up and go for a smoke here. Do they have one? Oh, never mind. No smoke available. They'll go back to the Roshan pit.
Radiant's bottom tower.
No smoke necessary. Side of Thunder Hill. They'll just want to fight anyway. And I think at this point, Sonic will just expect some aggression to come out. Still the Rosh. Not gonna take too long with how farmed up Pakat is. Body up along with the Military and have dribbled Sacred. Yeah. Simple matter. Sonic's not even keen on running up here. They have some time to not smoke, but they're just opting to take control of their triangle. That is the Aegis coming out to Pakas. I mean, Thunder, Awaken, they've got a clear shot to go for a tier 2 into the high ground. God, tier 2s haven't been taken. It just feels like with all the aggression, surely we've seen some of them fall. They haven't. It's just been non-stop, keep finding kills.
I love it. That's exactly what we wanted here at the Arlington Major, Jonathan. Just non-stop fights happening. Who cares about these towers?
Dire's structures are fortified.
He does. He'll go for the tier 2 top
Dire's
tower.
top tower is under attack.
Onyx not in a position to try and defend. Matthew, right in, onto Quinn, look at that! So much damage! The Ethereal Blade out now as well, Matthew, he just bursts it down. MSS, he's not gonna make it out either. Under Awaken, that they are just so aggressive.
Yeah, they're just running around. They know they don't have any long ults to wait for. They really have no timer to wait for when taking these engagements. So you can just keep running at Sonics, keep preventing them from farming. Sonics are just not comfy until the itemization is there. And I don't know if they're gonna get the room for it. We're gonna have to see a really well coordinated team fight on the high ground defense here, Mike. A great rollout from Quinn, the follow through from both Batha and MSS, with it is supposed to be grip. And somehow Leslau getting a good use from the double BKB, double static link, double Eye of Storm with his refresh shot. I can't see the angle. It's very difficult to find that angle considering just how insane Thunder Awaken has been playing. Like, you know what I try to imagine now? Whenever Alone presses Thunder God's Wrath, just yells "Gah!" Then just yells "Gah!" That's a sound effect that plays in his mind. He presses R, there's a "Gah" before the Thunder Strike comes out. "Gah!" That's it.
Bring back some memories from the Singapore Major, I believe it was. Wasn't that a fun times? Yeah. Oh, Sonics. Trapped in their base right now. Not feeling confident to move out of the Dire base, and that's fair. Just considering the aggression from Thunder Awaken, considering the vision they can get from this Monkey King and this Zeus, just so scary to go down to the low ground and try to get some farm going. But Thunder Awaken, they just control the map. They can just chill out and wait for the next Roshan if they really want to. Mind you, they still have objectives to take across the map. Bottom tier 1 tower to be taken, and you may as well go for the bottom tier 2 while you're at it. Meanwhile, Sonics, though, they get a Skadi up on your War. They smoke up, they want to try and make something happen with this.
Yeah. Could be the opening they're looking for if they can find Thunder Awaken not quite ready to take a fight, but they're still clumped up here. They need to work that angle well, lots of pressure in Quinn to get a good roll here.
Adding under vision of the Radiant though, aren't they, John? Never mind. That was the Dire vision. I have to tell sometimes, Jonathan.
It's alright, Mike. You gotta lose your vision as you grow older.
Yeah.
You need to feel shame there, Mike.
Literally after you turn 30, everything goes downhill. I'm telling you right now, John. Literally everything. Plus, oh, jumps right in. He's found Leslau. Counter strike is there. The race is gone. Onyx gonna get the hell out of there, but Matthew's gonna jump right back in. Sparta might just go down. In fact, never mind. Matthew want to drop first.
Okay, that's another awkward interaction. There was a toss back on Pakas instead of the target Matthew wanted, as we saw last time for Viscos as well, with Whisper getting tossed back while he was zipping. Sometimes going in between a Tiny and his target is not what you want to do.
Gonna keep going for that mid-tier 3 tower, but Quinn is there with the Rolling Thunder. In fact, never mind that, because he'll go right after the Timber Sword, but the Balance Strike is going to be out into the Wukong's command. It's a big one, but Sonics, they do back off, back the cars. He's the one dropping low, but still holds on to the Aegis. Back alone. He'll take down Sparta. Us, still going back Quinn. Oh boy, Quinn. Just getting completely destroyed here by Alone. And that mid-Rax, it is not long to this world, John. It's gone.
It's going. And Soniqs, they don't have presence. They don't have their Eclipse, main source of damage in the middle of these fights. They still have a refresh ready in the slow, but what angle does this Razor have to actually get a double static link off, get a back-to-back BKB use perfectly staggered? And I don't know if you have that opportunity. Pakaz will lose the BKB in a few seconds, so that is good news. No secondary life to deal with on the Monkey King. We'll just reset and probably go for more, as he's very close to finishing off the Daedalus as well. So damage output will just kind of skyrocket.
You just said he was going to lose his BKB in a second. I was like, well, hold on a minute. Pakaz, is he breaking items now? Is that where we're at?
My bad.
No
My
apparent
bad.
reason, Thunder Awaken, they're just like, nut, screw it. Pakaz, break your items. Get out of here.
Handicap. Yeah. Sometimes we do a little trolling, Mike.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, Jonathan. Nothing wrong with that. Not in SCA though, John. In SCA, we don't even buy the BKB in the first place. Not enough damage.
Oh, true. I mean, it has some damage, right? 24.
Not enough
It's damage. It's as much damage as a Maelstrom. Without the active. Without the passive. Yeah, right?
True.
It's good.
Maelstrom's cheaper though, John.
So you just use it to show off. You buy a BKB, never use it. That's a real Giga Chad play. Buy the BKB, never use it.
So will be what all the 1Ks told themselves when they don't pop
Yeah.
BKB in time? Just what a Giga Chat I am.
You're like, I don't need it. I just bought it to show how much more farmed I am. That's all it is.
What lane? Finn, rolling thumbs out early. Matthew, meanwhile, already finding Sparta off the bane. Finn will at least pull a couple heroes up. There's your BKB out now from the cast. Into the Wukong's command. They've got to be careful here, Leslau. His BKB is about to wear off. We'll try to go for the link out onto the Monkey King, but it's going to wear off very, very quickly as Leslau trying to bounce around the map with the Boundless Strike. It's there again. Finn, in a pretty tough position, does go down as Yawar. He's going to pop his own BKB. Go for the Eclipse and actually takes us down to cast. Not a bad kill here, but Yawar, how do you get out of this? Alone, he's still a massive issue. And he take him out, no problem, as Quinn. He fought back, but he might be getting taken down once again as Matthew. Is there in time? Quinn? Buckle and blink away. There's 4 heroes down for Soniqs. Thunder Awaken. Sure, they don't have their Monkey King, but they are still going to try for high ground.
This is a pretty slow push, at least with the flamethrower. There's a little bit more progress that you can get done to be able to find that spot. No problems here. And Alone was just ridiculously on edge here, especially when dueling up against Yawar. He managed to get that jump away right in the nick of time as Quinn was coming in, just on edge. And this Prodigy, man, it's just, he's on point. Fitting really well with how Thunder Awaken wants to play it. Rax is set to go. Quinn's not going to be able to do much to stop that. And the game is just getting bad to worse for Soniqs. Take a look at the win probability for Thunder, 98%. It's tough. It's tough for Soniqs to kind of pull it back, and I don't think their high ground defense is the best. That's what they're trying to force these fights outside, going into the triangle, but the angles are just not presenting themselves. You find one, again, you have to expend so much to kill off at least one core that whoever is left alone is just going to have a free run to just spam their own spells out here.
Even the Ags up now on our Timbersaw. With Chakram available. Another ugly way to put the spells, isn't it, Jonathan? But hold that thought for a moment. The Sacred's going to make the jump in, and MSS is probably going to get deleted here, though never mind. Rebound is out for Quinn. The one spell even lower. Still finding a way out, though, as only Sparta to go down. Yawar and Leslau both going to show up now and try to force the fight. They're going to find an exit plan. Yawar in a bit of trouble now. He patched up through the BKB as Matthew. Make the jump in. Eclipse is being committed, but it's doing absolutely no damage to the BKBs. And now, with the Luna caught out, Yawar's gone. Leslau, he's not making it out either. GG's called. Soniqs, they've seen enough for this game 1. And Thunder Awaken. If you're gonna win, John, this is how you win. Just full aggression.
Yeah, just keep running aggressive, keep looking for those opportunities to fight. Great corrections from what we saw from Beast Coast yesterday. We saw them go for the Whisper Timb, and that was a lot more passive, right? Like we saw Whisper kind of just build up, tried to get really durable. Here, we saw no hesitation coming out from Sig. He just wanted to keep going in. He knew that he's got this level lead. He doesn't need too many items. He just goes in. He's got the back of his team, and they work as a unit to suppress Soniqs. There was no room to farm as a Luna.